sitting here. I don't have like.
Wait, I turned on the stream now, so we're on now. All right.
Sitting here
Just
bitching.
yeah, well, not bitching, but clicking the button to start it up. All right, fine, we do it. Watch Prince and Zoe not even plan on playing right now.
I don't even see them like in game.
Do they even want to play? I feel like people are just making them play.
Maybe we'll get lucky and we can cast Mongo 10 and Kobe 2020 as well. See, Mongo 10 is online. I don't even see Zoe on. Zoe is online. Okay. You said too many people online on my friends list.
I'm looking for Prince of Kabul versus Zoe.
Is stream on?
Yep, stream is on. So to squeak that mic as much as humanly possible, please.
I'm so hot, actually. I just realized how hot I am.
And it's very warm in my apartment as well. It's because I had my oven on for like a really long time, like making my sausages in between these games.
It's sausages, of course.
It was on for an excessively large amount of time, and it's like 92 degrees outside, and I have like the oven on, like just for no reason, like it hadn't even put in my sausages yet. I was just like warming up the oven. So I have like the oven on like for an hour, and it's like 90 degrees outside, and I don't have air conditioning. It's just like,
oh man,
a bit ridiculous.
You have no air conditioning. That's brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot.
Wow, are you watching this?
I don't know.
Right now.
If you're talking about League of Legends, I'm not.
Where are these guys? I thought they were like ready to play.
Yeah, they're out. They're in game.
What? Oh right. Okay.
What? It sounds like I'm gonna go get a cup of tea, and he just never comes back. Just tease it up for me.
Typical.
What's going on? Why is bad speed in there?
I think that Zoe didn't know who was gonna cast it because we weren't gonna cast it, and so.
Typical.
Ah, did you see Vic got a girlfriend?
Nice.
Did he?
Yeah.
Victor Sweet. He's probably showing her that sweet magic.
His video.
Yeah.
His claim to fame in the StarCraft 2 world.
My favorite was when he legit lost to the PR5 Jan Rush.
I think that's a classic moment for all of us.
I don't know how you lose to a PR5. That's like the guy that's like the level of guys that I compete with just 1 HP Minutemen from Portuguese TCs that I keep deleting and rebuilding.
This is a big game. I play the winner of this game.
Yeah. Oh, Sam's studying it up. Alright, 1 second.
Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I might make a coffee.
Oh god, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, B50. Alright.
I'm gonna need a quick 20 minutes.
You got this one, right?
God.
It's all you.
You set him up right, I'll knock him down.
God, each one of these series takes 2 hours to cast.
Yeah.
Don't even say it's because of Indonesia, because it's just not.
Of course it is, idiot.
Idiota.
You FW then.
Hey, Victor.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, Victor.
Hey, speak a spelling McDonald.
Do you remember when when we first met Bjorn, and he would just like come in and take his headset and put it on?
Hello guys, I am Victor and I am gay.
Alright, guys, dang.
Are we, is it
Just say
streaming?
random shit.
Yeah, we're streaming right now. They're simulating. I
It's,
guess I'll put on this. I'm gonna change it over to the actual game now.
I I spoke to Ugo recently as well.
Oh man,
So,
remember Master whatever from Hope Clan?
Master Killer, that is Ugo.
Yeah, Uger. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's a top.
Okay.
That guy was a class act right there.
The funniest thing with him was we were playing a like an internal 2v2. It's like me and Zuta against Vic and against Master Killer and Vic. Oh no, Mick. It was Mick 16. Wasn't
Oh
it?
my God, Mix 16.
And who was it? One of us had some pikes, and he was screaming on Skype, "Kick at the pike! Kick at the pike!"
Hey, Mick, let it come on. You gotta kick the pike, man. Kick the pike. Hey, Mick, kick the pike, Mick.
And he would get like really frustrated, but he couldn't express himself in English.
Yeah.
It was like he just started yelling in German at him.
Oh, man, I'm crying.
My favorite quote from him was when I played him in a 1v1 and I did the Port Ninja P-Tard against Master Killer, and he kept trying to musket rush me with French, and every time the muskets got close to my TC, I put my Vils in. He's like, dang, man, you are fast like the Ferrari. It's like-
So they're having a bit of a civ switch up here.
Yeah, looks like we've landed on an unfair matchup for Zoe, which,
Is it unfair? I thought it
yeah,
was
this is pretty
pretty
easy.
fair.
I think this is pretty easy for India.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna get a coffee quick.
Here we go. Alright, looks like it's just me and you, Tom.
Where did Sam go?
Zoe changed his color to blue, just to mess with me. I'm gonna fix the scoreboard wall before the game gets going.
I'm gonna grab a quick cup of coffee.
Are you actually?
No.
I was gonna say, if you do, yeah. Alright.
Alright, so we're back. This is a round of 64 game as well, I believe, correct?
Yes, round 64 games, Zoe versus Prince.
Alright, so spawning on the left-hand side of the map, PrinceofKabul playing the Indian civilization. And spawning on the right-hand side of the map, we do have Zoe, the one and only Carly Bengali, playing the French civilization, spawning on the right-hand side of the map. And the map is Hudson Bay, a variation of Saginaw that just doesn't spawn with the market. I do really like this map. I think it's once again, one of my favorites of the Garja maps. It's just so balanced in so many ways. So, matchup is French versus India. And we'll have to see what happens. Zoe dropping down a market to start off the game.
Yeah, I think this is pretty typical opener, right? And then India not going for 10-10, which is normal. I think Prince and a lot of those guys have caught on to not 10-10ing. And so we're seeing just classic India. 6 fills on wood.
Yep.
Scouting the map, looking for those easy to pick up treasures that India can find.
And to be perfectly fair, I mean, in India, 10-10 with a coin crate spawn is only going to be a 9-10, not going to be that good. And running headlong into French villagers with, like great code upgrades and stuff like that, it's not like you're really going to accomplish much. I mean, French villagers do have that 40% range resistance. It's going to be really hard to make even, the really fast 12 sepoys really do all that much against the French player early on. So
You know what's funny about 12 Sepoy? They one-shot a CDB perfectly, almost perfectly, that doesn't have great code, I think. And it might even be the one with great code, I'm not sure. But I know that it's the one without, they definitely one-shot. And I thought that was just like great, of course, it just has to it's such a big difference. If it took 13 Sepoy to one-shot, it would be a whole world of difference.
yeah, because that's like another volley. It's like basically 2 times the amount of damage. I mean, it's not 2 times the amount of damage.
It just gives them the time to react, right? I mean, if you eat a volley and the Vil dies, it's way different than if it has to reload and fire again. Both
That
players
is true.
picking up big polar bear treasures. 160 XP for Prince, which is good, because India does have that negative XP multiplier, so he's going to get his first shipment right away off of that. And at the same time, French getting 100 wood, which is what he needs to get his house rolling.
Yeah, that's super huge, actually, that big wood treasure.
He 1210. What? He just 1210.
Huh, interesting.
So I guess he just used the extra 50 wood for the hunting dogs, and
Mhm.
yeah, all right, that seems fine by me.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he been idle is the question.
Yeah, and you were mentioning right at the start of this, like Zoe has like some tricky builds that he likes to do, and if there's any credit to be given to Zoe as a player, like that's one thing that he's always been very good at is coming up with like these tricky little timing builds that you don't like really expect, and like coming up with like these good ideas. And if he's going to have a way to beat Prince of Kabul, I think that that's going to be the way he's going to do it. He's going to do it with some sort of tricky build that he's got pre-planned. And we'll see whether or not this is a particular instance of that, whether or not he comes up with something clever to foil Prince of Kabul. We can see Prince is closing in on 800 resources, going to soon be able to drop down his Agra fort. And it looks like with the positioning of this villager, going to drop an Agra out here in the middle of the map, just to contest the trade.
As French is 60% of the way up, though, right? I mean, this village's gonna have to leave that wonder alone, or die to the 3 Hussar card that Zoe's definitely sending when he gets up. And 90 coin helping.
You think it'll be 3 Huss?
I think so. I think that's. I don't know though. I mean, like you said, Zoe. Well, the way I think of Zoe is if he joins my game, he thinks he can win 1 game off me and never play me again. Like that's exactly what I think when he joins my game.
Well, unfortunately for him, he has to win 2 games and then never play Prince of Kabul again. But we'll see whether or not that happens.
He needs to build a house, otherwise I'm gonna cry inside when he can't queue up his Hussar right away. Zoe, build your house. Oh, there it is. He's getting it. All right.
He's got almost
every second counts when you're 12-10.
Yeah, and let's see. Villager goes in queue immediately.
Shipment's gone, but no pop spike.
Shipment's gone, so it must be 700 wood. I mean, there's nothing else that really makes sense, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's just foiled us all. Here we are talking about how he's all in every game, and he just sends 700 wood, makes us look dumb.
Yeah.
You missed a epic 12-10 from Zoe.
12-10?
His friend's 12-10.
Oh, right, okay. So what's he doing?
And then single racks in base. I don't know, man. I'm lost now.
I think we're all a bit confused at this point by.
So is Prince.
Did India 10? No, they didn't.
No.
Didn't. So now look, because Zoe cut Vils and Prince didn't. It's 18 Vils plus the 3 in the trickle, so it's 21 to 13 Vils with no impact at all from it.
It's definitely an awkward position moving forward here. I'm not really sure what to say. Like, I'm not sure what the follow-up is going to be here. I mean, usually when you play this matchup as French, you do some sort of like camp raid if they do a slow age up, or else you defend against like an early Agra push. The early Agra push didn't come, and we see a barrack, so there's no Hussar out on the field, and I feel like he's not really setting himself up for age 3 play, which is probably what he needs to do against India. And that makes me concerned because I don't know what the follow-up is here. I don't know what the next play is, and that makes me a little bit nervous.
I guess a stable is the next play, and then H2. I'm just as confused as you are.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 Vils and just totally standard play off of just 1 less Vil or something. Is what I think the 12-10 makes you lose 1 Vil overall, but a lot of gather time too, right? Because the entire time you're aging, you have 12 instead of 14, so it's like you lose a lot of resources there.
I don't see why would you ever do this build unless you were going to do some like all-in kind of play?
Exactly, which is why we read it as an all-in play, and then when it didn't come, we were confused.
I mean, it doesn't because
he does have the second coin gathering upgrade very early, but I don't know that that's going to matter. Like he may just lose to like these 12 slow stepwise. Big stomp going down, picking up a lot of the muskets, doing a good job of focusing down the musket. Here do come the Minutemen, are going to be able to push back the elephants at the very least, but still, basically all the stepwise still here. And I think if Prince of Kabul wants, he can continue just to micro this out, keep kiting, keep hitting and running. And Zoid, I mean, his eco's not that great. He has really good upgrades. I mean, he's got steel traps, he's got a second coin gathering upgrade. he's basically got full market upgrades, but he doesn't have any villagers to
I mean,
back that up.
that second wood upgrade, the second coin upgrade is just completely unnecessary.
With 3 villas on coin, it's worth 0.6 villagers, 0.8 villagers right now for 200 food, 200 wood. That's why I found that you could actually play like I play most of my games without ever getting that upgrade, to be perfectly honest, and I never feel that bad about it.
Yeah. Couple Gurkhas being a mixed in here for PrinceofKabul. One thing that I do want to point out is PrinceofKabul's macro has been very, very good this game so far. Not floating a lot of resources whatsoever. Doing a good job of getting his upgrades. We can see that he does have imperial bureaucracy already researching. So going to have a very equally strong eco behind this. And it's not like he's gone super all in. I mean, he did the 5 sepoy, applied some pressure, killed some units, and then is just following this up in a very standard manner. 600 wood, likely 300 export coming behind this as well. So hasn't gone all in whatsoever, has had some favorable trades, and is just really in a good spot. Yeah,
this always annoys me when I see this. Like,
people stand right on top of the dead
You're
knights.
giving them free vision.
He literally just showed his 8 crossbow shipment for free. Didn't ever have to show that, but yeah.
And look at the cards. I'm expecting to see a 300 export card coming in because we don't see any tech coming out of the consulate yet, which makes me say that we're going to see the 300 export coming. Yeah, there it is right there.
This is
like the classic India build, the eco India.
Yeah, it works out perfectly. Like usually you build it with the 600 wood, and by the time it's built, you can send the card.
Yeah.
Yep, everything's looking really good here, and I mean Zoid moving out across the map. He does have a fairly decent army. Did pull together quite a bit of infantry. Did manage to force a sentry pop as well there, so that's a win in itself, I guess. Spending those resources, but at the same time, India continuing to pour on the pressure, continuing to pull ahead economically.
Auto vills coming in now. It's going to put them at 31 vills plus the 3 in the trickle, right? So that's 34 vills to 20. But you know, if you want to do the calculator hype or whatever, it's 25, I think. But
yeah, but I mean, and the other thing to talk about is Zoyas hasn't even sent for CDB this game.
Yeah, he just kind of skipped it.
He's on a clock. He has to do something right now. He currently has a small army advantage. He's at 40 versus 25. If he can maybe somehow get a miracle trade, he's not even going to get a miracle trade here. Like the
Gurkhas are too good. You can't miracle trade against Gurkha. Well, with the 4 Huss, he could maybe.
Yeah,
he
needs a really good fight right here, and then he has to continue just to throttle the pressure. But I don't know that
those trees are in a great spot for him. Oh, actually, this is gonna be. There we go. All of a sudden, these Gurkha got way out of position. Oh, Minute's popping out though. Never mind. That's gonna be. It's gonna be a good trade, but it's not gonna be the trade he needs because he killed up a lot of Seaboy. Yeah. 4 more Huss coming though, and if he goes, but then 5 more Seaboy coming out.
Yeah. Thing is, he has to not only like get a good trade here, does Zoid, but he has to get a good trade, and then he has to be able to put on relentless pressure off the back of that trade. And like this isn't relentless pressure, right? He's being chased away from the India player space. He needs to be able to like continue to apply a threat, and that's not happening.
And what's coming now is surely the wood trickle card from the India player, and I'm guessing 4 Vil from the other player, from the French player. So they're both sending about equal shipments next, which, you know, the economic gap isn't going to close at all as a result of that, which is what he needs. But this fight could have caught Prince a little overextended here, actually, if he gets a good engage here.
5 more Hussar coming as well from the right-hand side. Zoid does have a decent army. The Sepoy trying to get in position to deal with the Hussar. 5 more Hussar are added in.
I don't know why they're going the way they are, but...
Not the best control there by Zoid, but he is doing an okay job of trying to focus down the Sepoy the best he can, trying to get his cavalry into a position where they can deal with the anti-cav, but equally Prince doing a good job of getting his units into a position.
3 more Huss card coming in. He's going to clean this up, but at what cost?
At what cost?
His infantry ball is just kind of gone now.
Yeah, he doesn't have any follow-ups.
Ooh, look at that, though. He's caught 5 more Gurkha up here, too. As good as the fight could have gone, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too many Sepoy left on the map.
Yeah.
More Hussar trickling in. He is pulling together a lot of stuff, but I don't know this. It's just not quite
the right stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just not quite the right stuff. The
Sepoy going to clean it up. Wow.
Yeah, he's going to clean it up, but
very
as we continue to mention, just a really expensive trade, and it's just not good enough, right? It's good.
Yeah, but
wrong.
now you
It's
go
good.
look at the Vil count. He didn't send 4 Vils. The other guy sent 4 in logging, which is now putting him at 8 imaginary Vils, so 45 Vils to 24, right? 40.
Yeah,
We call it 30, right? So it's still a 15 Vil deficit.
it's
That's
very
not
good.
getting closed and needs to. Although it might here with these Hussar, they're well positioned. But this is why I always get a stable up way sooner. I just don't think Sepoy fight too well in mid-colonial. But what fights well is Zams. Like,
Yeah.
it's so much better.
Well, at least having the speed to chase everything down is certainly good as well with the Zambraks, but I don't know that it'll necessarily matter. Prince's Eco's really, really strong here. Sending 600 coin as his next card, going to be able to reinforce off that quite nicely. Kirk is caught a little bit out of position, but the Sepoy are there to back them up as well. Chases off the Hussar to the south side of his base, and now with the infrastructure well set up, has his market, has everything really rolling that he needs. Doesn't quite have the stable yet, but he's got enough infantry that I don't think the Hussar are presenting that big of a threat to him now. And this is the point where like Zoe's just kind of running out of steam. He's not sure whether or not he should age. He's starting to run out of resources in his base, at least safe resources to gather from. He's got to make the difficult decision now. Does he risk trying to get aged up?
I think he
Uh,
does. That's his
or
plan.
yeah, but then does he just die? I
Yeah,
mean,
because of this castle, he definitely is going to be. What's nice about the castle is it says I can be safe with my army all as far up the map as like here. Like I can be totally safe because I've got this kind of castle to fall back on.
yeah, and at the same time, look at where Soy is continuing to gather resources from. I mean, his remaining natural resources are very far to the south of the base.
Another castle. He's playing super safe. He just wants to lock down the map, knowing he can't really lose in H2. I wonder if that's going to be an over expenditure, though. I wonder if that's spending too much on towers, and it's going to let Zoe squeeze out an age up. Because to be fair, he does have resources. Getting a raid off in the back of the base. Looks like that's going to be at least 1 CDB down. Nope, none yet, but should be 1.
Should be able to at least pull up and catch that low HP one there.
Hopefully he doesn't,
Yeah.
because now it's going to be 2 that way.
Yeah,
Oh,
looks like he gets 2.
the French player
Yeah.
really can't afford to be getting raided like this.
Yeah,
And then look at,
it's-
he's also mounting the pressure on the other front too. So distracting with the cav and then mounting the pressure elsewhere. And actually another raid going on back here, but look at Sepoy are chasing this raid down too. So it's just 3 different places where Prince is coming out ahead, I would say.
Sam hasn't said anything this whole game. He just types the word mounted. I don't even know what that means.
Uh-oh.
Mounted.
Another raid going here. These are going to get cleaned up in time though for the Bills to run. I'm not sure that really matters per se, because Prince is also aging up right now behind this.
Yeah.
So it's like, does it matter? Maybe probably not, but at least his
Yeah.
Bills won't all get slaughtered by the infantry trying to get away from the Huss.
Yep. And I mean, Zoe is aged up. He does have a card likely sending probably something like 8 skirmishers. At this point is his best bet, but I don't know that it's really going to matter because I mean, soon Prince of Kabul is going to be aged up. He is aging with the Charminar Gates by the look of it, and once he gets aged up, no, actually, Karnimati. I'd like to see the Charminar Gates just for that Mahu to deal with the 2 Falconets and those skirmishers, but
Yeah.
either way, it
What I
probably
was
doesn't
gonna say is
matter.
that Zoe shouldn't have even been on that coin mine. He's got 2 safe coin mines in his base. He's wasting
Yeah,
time
that's-
traveling there and on top of that. So
Yeah, that's true. I guess he was down there for that hunt initially, and he probably just realized he was like had his villagers missplit and just needed to ship some over to Coin, and so I guess just that hunt was the closest thing. The unfortunate thing now for Zoe is that he really is running out of resources to gather from, and like he's not going to be able to deal with these castles that are in the middle of the map. I mean, just look at the infrastructure difference that Prince of Kabul has established. He's got 2 stables, he's got 2 castles, he's got the Agra Fort as well. He's basically got full vision along this trading line, and he's basically just set up here in the middle of the map, and it's going to be very difficult to deal with, especially when he gets aged up to the 3rd age. Prince Kabul can definitely send his siege elephants or whatever he wants at this point to deal with the 2 falconets, and then from that point forward, just the sheer amount of military that he has an advantage, the economic upgrades that he has an advantage, and just the sheer number of villagers that he has over his opponent.
He's
probably just gonna
even
be too
sent the
much.
wood upgrade, exotic hardwoods. He's just going the ultra safe full eco route. I wish there's gonna be some TCs dropped along the way at some point here.
But I mean, I don't know that exotic hardwoods is necessarily the right decision, right?
No, I wouldn't send that either. I think it's better just to wait till fort, or send like a camel combat card and make camels. I wonder what he's got in queue right now out of those staples. He's got nothing really.
Here come the army going to be stepping up, trying to get in range of the falconets. The dragoons are going to reciprocate some damage. One of the falconets is going to go down. The second falconet getting very low. Sepoy moving up. They are upgraded to the discipline status, and there are not a lot of skirmishers. In fact, there are 0 skirmishers in this mix, making the huge mass of Sepoy going to be very, very effective. And as we can see, all the CDB forced to run, and this is what a troll! Yeah, Sam Flair still in skirm, and this is the point where Zoe basically rolls over and dies.
Yeah, with 2k food in the bank. He got a great trade on those Yurumi though, if you think about it. It was shipment for shipment, but one shipment cost 500 food.
You could do this.
No way. You can't micro it. You can't micro that.
That's skirm will hit him right.
That's skirm, the singular skirm. Look at the army going to pick up the full HP elephants. There's the GG. PrinceofKabul taking game number 1.
GG. Alright, I'm out of this game. Into the next one.
No messing around with Ryzen.
No messing around today.
Nope.
Pencil power.
Pencil power. You know who made that name for me, right? Like who made the League of Legends account?
It's gotta be Nick or Bowl.
No, it was remember who's that guy's name?
Ben Sean.
No, oh Ben Scene. Yeah, Ben.
Ben Scene.
Yeah.
Oh, donut.
Our favorite New Zealand friend.
No, it wasn't Donut. It was BioBob.
Yeah, BioBob Ben Scene.
Oh, BioBob. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ben Scene. So many good memories.
Yeah, I forgot about BioBob.
Or not so good memories.
What were some of his other accounts though? That was like one of his later accounts.
Who?
For some reason I can't remember it now.
What, his account name? What, in AOE3?
Yeah, that was, you may have not been around.
Yeah, BioBob, that was always his main account, wasn't it?
No, before that he had a different account.
Cyanide?
No, that was a different person.
Yeah, 2 different guys.
That was one of his homies, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of his homies.
Hated Cyanide.
No one really liked
Who was it? It was Braden was in that crew as well.
Yeah. It was and then also Slim Shady.
Oh yeah, that's it. He was the leader.
There was a different group, but they were all kind of in the same.
What clan were they? MMC?
Lost.
Lost.
That's it.
Yeah.
Them Lost boys. Indonesia again.
It's every time the second map in this run.
What a troll.
It has to be there because like if someone has to plan it and someone else doesn't, that just is inherently unfair, right? Or unequal map pool.
Whatever you say, boss man.
So Zuta, when are we doing the Zuta Cup?
The Zutazuta Cup. It'll happen.
It's like
The
Mario Kart or
Zutazuta
whatever.
Classic.
Yeah. The Zuta Classic.
Yeah. Makes it sound
I
like-
want us to give out like a green jacket or something, you know,
Yeah.
to the winner.
We have
By the way,
to.
did you speak to Matsugen, right?
Yeah, about what?
Just about AOE3.
Yeah, doesn't seem like he was too interested. He did message me about this like Japanese fundraising site that seemed really shady, and I was like, no, thank you. I was like, nah, no, thanks.
Give me
He's like, my friend.
funds.co.jp.
Yeah, it was. It was like, givemefunds.co.jp, and it was like, hey, my friend is starting this site, and he already made one for the tournament. Like, go ahead and use it. I'm like, okay.
I'll pass.
I don't know about this.
Thanks.
You know, there's also this, proven system called PayPal where you send money to someone and it doesn't get stolen in any way.
Either way, second game coming in here between PrinceofKabul and Zoe. And spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map, we do have PrinceofKabul playing the British civilization, and his opponent, Zoe, spawning in the upper left-hand side of the map, playing the Aztec civilization. As Ryan did mention early in the game, or early in last game, Zoe does like to do funky rushes, and on this map, where maybe he thinks like maybe your opponent will be doing some funky water stuff or something, I think this is the map where we see a funky Zoe rush with like a bunch of Puma Spearmen and some weird shenanigans.
Look at PrinceofKabul's deck. He is ready to duke it out on the water.
But is that what he necessarily needs against like shenanigans that are going to potentially happen by Zoe?
I'm not saying what if Zoe's shenanigans are long-range canoes with water dance, in which case he should still lose, I would think. The thing about water is, like, as we all know, you basically win or lose for Civ like 100% of the time. Like, you can't really outplay someone on the water if they just have offshore support and you don't, or water dancing canoes and you don't have canoes.
Yep, we'll have to see. Zoe hasn't revealed his deck just yet.
I'm eagerly awaiting.
Eagerly awaiting to see what he's got. But especially this map always spawns with the extra coin crate as well. That does go a long way into producing like an extra batch of like Puma Spearmen or something like that as well. So
yeah, I said that yesterday. I think I actually played Aztec here in my last round, and
yeah.
I basically didn't. I just did an all-in rush, and you can get a batch of 5 Pumas out with the extra gold.
Yeah,
it's quite good.
Yeah, it does seem pretty good to me, just from a theory crafting perspective.
So look at Zoe's deck. It's up now. We have schooners, a fishing upgrade card, water dance, offshore support, and artificial islands, which makes all your warships cost half cost, which is also insane.
Yeah.
Which card's that?
It's a card.
H1.
He does have like the stuff that you would need to do like an all-in rush as well, right? He's got 6 Puma, 10 base, 9 base, 700 wood, so.
Yeah, I mean he could swing some sort of early game rush and then transition into full water. I think.
Yeah.
Which is what I think you would do anyway. If you it's not even dumb to do or like inappropriate.
Yeah. We will have to see. Time will tell. Either way, at this point, everything looking completely normal. Both players sending 3 villagers as their first card. Brit does get down 2 manners. Must have picked up a wood treasure or something early. Yeah, 90 wood treasure for the British player, so that definitely helped him in that regard.
I would have planted down that market, man, and bought. You could buy 200 wood almost, right?
Yeah. Pretty close. But either way, maybe he has greater aspirations for that 200 wood. Is now clicked up towards the second age. Does transition most of his villagers over to wood, and we'll have to see. I'm very curious to see whether or not Zoe starts moving out across the map. And it looks like we do have a villager, at the very least, working his way, or her way, I guess, to be politically correct, towards the middle of the map. And we'll see whether or not we've got some sort of cheeky little war hunt going down here. And indeed we do.
Yep, and maybe the 200 gold for Puma all-in that Sam has perfected will be the go-to strategy here. I don't know.
We'll have to see. What age up is each player's? Governor age up from our Brit player, and we did have Messenger age up from...
Governor, that's the 500 food, right?
No, Governor's the tower, the normal one.
Okay.
Yeah, tower and 200.
The other one's like no, not Philosopher.
Oh yeah, it's
Prince.
Philosopher.
That's
something.
400 wood.
Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter.
Man, I remember when that item used to exist in League of Legends.
Philosopher's Stone, you make like 6 of them.
No, you make 6 heart of gold as Jarvan top and just stand there and farm gold.
That
Was that what it was called in League of
Heart
Legends?
of Gold, yeah.
Heart of gold, yeah.
No,
And then they made it so you could only make
It's
one,
Felix.
so then you made...
One Philo, one of those, one of each.
Yeah.
Philosopher's Stone was the regen one. Anyway, Tower Wagon is out, and what do we have in queue from Zoe? Because that Tower Wagon could even be in threat. Yeah, Pumas are in queue. He's going for the 5 Puma.
Why is he saying name? What happened?
Something like the Explorer, probably. His Explorer?
No, these little boats are like duking it out.
Alright.
They've like taken some damage from each other.
I like how the guy kind of hangs off the raft and shoots a pistol.
Yeah, he looks like a complete badass.
He does. He's literally like the thug of the New World.
I don't like showing these Pumas this early. I'd
Yeah.
rather him surprise with a bigger mess.
Yeah, he could show up with like 15 of them or something at some
I mean,
point.
yeah,
Now
Prince
you're
has
just losing army
Prince
and he
literally,
mounts.
yeah. Prince had no idea this was coming. He's lost the element of surprise now.
And to that point, even more, just like running them behind the barracks like this, like 5 longbows are gonna pop out or something here, and like or 5 muskets, whatever it's gonna be, and
Yeah,
just
musket.
and
He's
just
always going
punish
for it.
those. Yeah.
He's about to punish those muskets with his pumas.
Has he got them in?
Get the coyote in there, come on.
Well, not
Nice
going.
garrison by it. And Minuteman pop? Okay, well this is getting cleaned up real easy.
This is not looking good for Zoe. He has basically lost all initiative that he had here. He's losing a lot of resources for free. We can see the mace follow-up not being super successful. And to that point, even Prince of Kabul is ready and prepared for it. He does have his stable up now as well. Did eliminate the first little batch of Pumas and 2 of the Coyotes as well. So the follow-up here for Zoe not going to be nearly as strong. And now with this stable out, I'm pretty sure the mace got shown as well, just from the rally point that they were at. Prince of Kabul has good upgrades, sitting in the driver's seat right now. He just really needs a batch of cav, and I think he's going to be well on his way to having the composition that he needs to be able to deal with what Zoe currently has.
Yeah, the one thing to note though is that Minutemen are down, right? And that's they didn't really get as much damage as I would have thought they would. They maybe resulted in 2 coyotes dying, which is pretty low impact for Minutemen, really.
Yeah. And now with the 6 Puma Spearmen, it's really going to come down to, I guess, the Hussar control and how many Hussar he gets out. Zoe, in fact, also getting the Jag big button as well. So push number 2 here going to come in full force. And I mean, Zoe's pretty all in. Take a look at the villager counts. 18 villagers versus 31. I don't think anyone will disagree with the fact that having no market and being on 18 villagers with Aztec is pretty damn all in.
Yeah, he needs to get those 2 coyotes that are just standing back there in the fight for sure.
Yeah.
To your point.
And here comes the pressure. How many Hussar? We do have a Hussar in queue. And
He'll be able to get maybe 3 total if he market sells for it, which I think he should. Otherwise, he may lose this game.
Yeah, I mean this. We say it's all in, and it is all in, but it is still a scary push. Like there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, that's why it's scary because it's all in.
And he didn't get the market sell either. And now he's lost the market. So like the number of units that are going to be coming out here.
He has no gold. Look at where his nearest gold mines are, right? I mean, obviously this is typical for this map. Your next gold mines are quite far, so he's not going to be able to get any gold. He needs to get 100 wood, rebuild a market, and then market sell. And he's got no minutes left. He's in only 1 Hussar.
Yeah, this is
actually
good.
This is going to do a lot of damage. This could be game, actually.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very tricky to navigate around. The 1 Hussar is in a good position. The Pumas are out of position. A couple of the Pumas and the Jag working their way down to the south to be able to deal with the Hussar. We do also have some muskets trying to work their way through that anti-cav. More mace reinforcing from the right-hand side. The stable taking a lot of damage.
And 700 gold coming in.
Yeah, there comes the 700 coin shipment, but I think it's going to be too
already
late.
Down, though.
The stable's down. The barracks is going to follow similarly right behind that, and I don't know that there's going to be enough to deal with this here. A couple longbows going to be added into the fray, but he's probably is just going to risk losing basically everything here, and it's going to be really, really hard to stabilize behind this.
Longbows don't do well in this type of situation either.
No, not at all.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. He's always very good at these things, right? I mean, I don't know how he's got so many units. He's only got 18 bills, and it felt kind of late. But there's a lot of units. Look at that. Like there's 10 more mace, 9 more mace.
But this is the problem. Like he could be training vills whilst doing this. He's just choosing not to.
Yeah, but at the same time, this guy his opponent has no hope of ever gathering with his villagers again.
Yeah.
So it's over. Like it's hard to. He's no way of making units either. He's only got 7 vills gathering now. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
And well executed Zoe push. That was very well done.
Damn.
Let's be honest. We're all happy this didn't devolve into a 30-minute water fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I want to see another real game now.
Yeah.
Sam. We can tell which maps you don't like. It's okay. We got it. Interesting.
Sam, are you sure you don't like this game?
Oh, I love this map.
Love this map.
All right. Well, that's very quick. We should maybe look at the graph actually and just see. Like, did he even train vills? No, he trained only 3 vills in Colonial.
Yep.
4 vills in Colonial.
But you see, he got that timing down.
Yeah, he hit right when the 5 vill
18.
came.
18, that's all you need.
He knows exactly how many you need to do the full Zoe push.
18 just gives you that enough just to keep producing units.
So that's all you need, really.
Yeah.
Superb.
Superb.
Showstopper. What's the next map for this matchup?
Cascade Range.
Cascade Range.
Very low hunt map. And all the mines are tin mines.
Rena Tin Tin.
What's a tin mine?
1,500 coin instead of 2,000.
1,500?
Yeah, instead of 2,000 like normal mines.
Wait, Cascade Range, that's like the big Yucatan, right?
The one with all the 50 coin treasures and the
Oh, that
grizzlies
one,
and
okay. Alright.
the one you're talking about is Baja California.
Yeah, that's it. I know them by the picture.
Yeah.
By the picture. Alright. Well, I'm ready. So I wonder if Zoi's just gonna. Do you reckon he just stays on Aztec and does the same rush?
Yep, I bet you he will.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's less likely to work against India, though.
I think you gotta go for the contain almost on this map. It should be super easy to contain India. Like, the thing is, India may not need many hunts, but they do need a lot of coin, and so the tin mines do affect them.
See, I think this map could have some really interesting games on it.
I think so too.
We haven't seen it yet, really.
Yeah, I think it really forces players to get out there and control the map, unlike many other maps in the set. You can't sit around and just wait.
Yeah, I mean, like civs like Russia could actually be good here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be really good. Alright, here we go. Game number 3, the decider for this round of 64 match between Zoe and PrinceofKabul. The winner of this game will move on to the round of 32, where they will be one step closer to eternal glory in that first place finish.
Yeah.
This game will be between Zoe and PrinceofKabul, and spawning in the upper left-hand side of the map, playing the Indian civilization, the one and only PrinceofKabul. His opponent, spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map, in the orange trunks, playing the Aztec civilization, is Zoe. Just a call out to interjection, he would love the fact that I noticed immediately that there was a 300 wood start. And that's going to be certainly very good for both sides. And it's going to allow the Aztec player to get all 3 economic structures up: a house, a fire pit, and a market, if he so chooses.
Looks like we're going to see a 10-10 as well from India.
Yeah, and it looks like, with perhaps considered it and then thought better of it, but either way, did he pick up maybe like a wood treasure really? No, just
lucky for Aztec too, they're able to get a 40 wood right away, which to me says, okay, well, I'm definitely getting hunting dogs now. And like if you were questioning it before, now you would probably get it for sure. Yeah. And you also get to convert a grizzly bear, which is better than converting a cougar. So.
Oh, it's the best you can get on this map.
Yep. Well, look at that guy too. 180 HP, 10 hand attack. Like, that guy's a beast. He's a legitimate threat, like, in your army moving forward into H2. It's a boss-ass bear. Boss-ass bear. That's tough to say 3 times really quickly. But either way, PrinceofKabul is chopping wood with 5 villagers, so no 10-10 going to be coming out of him. Perhaps is trying to expedite his age 2 a little bit, just because maybe he's concerned about some of the pressure that Zoe will put on. Is sunflowers on this map? Like, is that treasure on this map? I hope not. That would be a mistake.
50 food. What? 50 food for 1 cougar is sunflowers.
Oh, okay.
I knew what you were thinking. I just wanted to wind you up a little bit.
I see. Yeah. Because that's the name of the treasure on Great Plains.
140 food, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is sunflowers, some variation of sunflowers as well. I don't know if it's like named just sunflowers like that, but
I hope that Zoe catches this, because he should be able to. Like, I think that scouting the native TPs lets you see this, And I've always wondered, like, when I play Indy on this map, I'm like, well, if they find me, how am I going to ever contest these treasures, you know?
Yep, sure.
And look at, I think it's the orange blending in too, makes it hard to see. Ooh,
Oh, he
got
got
it
it.
as
Zoe
well.
got it.
Stomp,
Stomp,
stomp, stomp.
He should have tried it both, but he tried and couldn't quite get it.
It was a good steal, very quick.
Yeah,
Yes,
right on it.
he got it right on. Definitely going to be nice for him.
Where's that
Principal-
market at, though? Look at those resources.
Yeah. Well, and this is, I mean, so
Although he did, wait, time out. He didn't go market last game, right? So,
no, which is why I'm
might be a
thinking like
hint.
I think we're going to see something very similar to what we saw previously. The one thing we do have to consider about this map is there's a lot of open area on the sides, and so having an aggro fort, like aggro forts are best when you can put them in like in choke points and allow like have it like seal off your entire base. Like this aggro fort isn't like it's not securing any of your coin mines. Like look at his coin mines, like those are both completely undefended by this aggro fort.
Yeah.
All it's really defending is his berries, this little stand of trees, and what remains of his first hunt here. So it's not like this aggro fort is going to protect him from some sort of big all-in timing push, similar to what we saw last game as well. So I don't know that that this necessarily is going to help him all that much against what Zoe's likely going to do.
Yeah, and what's kind of interesting too is against Aztec as India, you can't leave your base, so it's like, you know, I mean, sure, it could have been a little to the left or a little to the right, but you really, I mean, this is almost even like the TC. It's out of range of the TC if the person's sieging it from the front end of it. It's you know, Aztec early game just kind of forces this.
And we do see from Zoe that villager moving back across the map. We can see he does have the 250 wood required to build the war hut, and there it goes down. So I think we're gonna see a carbon copy of last game. Different civ from Prince, of course, but I think we'll see a very similar rush, and we'll see whether or not Zoe can execute it to the same effect that he did last game and pick up another cheeky win. Certainly, it seems. You know, like that's something he has the knack for. It's something we did mention, and already I like.
Look
what
at
we're seeing
Prince's
here out of
deck.
Prince, yeah.
Look at his deck.
What's his deck? Oh, he's got a water deck again. Interesting.
He doesn't have for Soar or the Tiger Claws, right? So if he gets in a pinch here, he might not have the options to kind of audible out of trouble if he gets into it. So
That deck doesn't really make much sense.
Well, no, it doesn't. It's a.
He doesn't even
feels
have
like
the
a
dock
mistake.
tide in it.
yeah, I
It
think
feels
it's a
like a
mistake.
mistake. The one thing that I do like about what he's done just from his playstyle is he does have some of these walls here set up, which is going to buy him quite a bit of time against the pressure as well. So that is something that is going to be nice for him. But I mean, to what degree does it really help? The gold mine is still going to be fairly subject to pressure. This doesn't incorporate the second coin mine whatsoever, and as Ryan mentioned at the start of the stream, or at the start of the game rather, these tin mines only have 1,500 coin available to them, making it so they do run out dangerously quick, and securing the second coin mine is going to be something that PrinceofKabul is going to have to do at some point, in the first 12 minutes of the game, and when that happens, and the timing pressure is starting, and the big Puma all-in is happening at your base, and you're trying to desperately, get some coin pulled together, like that could be a tricky thing to do as well. So we'll have to see whether or not that happens. But for the time being, Zoe calling an audible, shipping 700 wood. Did he ship 700 wood first last game as well?
Yeah, I think so. You have to as a.
As a
Yeah,
fast
just-
aging.
You can't produce quick enough. You just won't make
Otherwise,
it miss.
You just won't have enough houses, to be perfectly fair. But we can see 10 mace coming behind that.
Plus maybe 10 more built, I believe. That looks like 20 mace.
Looks about
Yeah.
20 mace.
Yeah, it's 20.
Combined
It's
with the
21
5
mace.
So yeah, he looks like he's gearing up for this pressure again. Let's see. I'm curious as to whether or not he's going to do like the exact same build with like the timed Jags with the 6 Pumas, and if that's going to be go time.
He's
that could
made
be
more
different.
bills this game. I'm thinking he might go for the gold mine contain, honestly. I think he might be on the same page as us.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's certainly the right thing to do. This coin mine is going to be very difficult to defend. Otherwise, we can see Prince has kind of set up most of his structure here to kind of contain this first coin mine. But look at that coin mine; it's going very, very quickly. It's already down to
Big
Yeah,
one.
exactly. And look at his alternatives too, right? His alternatives all the way out here. He doesn't have like and it's kind of forward. Like if that alternative mine had spawned maybe back in here a bit more, it'd be a lot easier to sneak to, right? But as it stands now, it's just so exposed.
Yeah, very difficult to get to. And
I mean, I don't know. I think this timing could be a really good timing. Like it's around the time India is still attacking to the consulate.
yeah. Well, and I mean,
they're getting all their market upgrades. They just don't have much stuff.
yeah. I
The
mean,
key is to get in there before the 300 export comes, because once that comes, then you've got the ability to pop 14 population worth of minutes for just 160 resources.
and look, here it comes. Look at the number of mace moving across the map. I mean, combined with the 3 Jags, there is that 300 export, but unfortunately, the consulate's not quite finished. Looks like it is going to get up.
Ooh, why would you cancel that? Oh no.
Oh man, that could be huge. Yeah.
He's gonna finish it. It's
gonna
just
be
one. It's like one tap away from being finished.
It's very, very close.
Oh, he gets it.
Either way, the Coyote's moving to the north side of the base, and the rest of the army for Zoe filtering in from the left-hand side here, splitting up the Sepoy.
I almost want to just siege that down. 300 exports in though. It's not gonna matter. I don't know. I wouldn't go for the wonder for sure.
Yeah. We also see the stable working on the right-hand side here.
He is I would say he's way overextended. With 600, look at 600 export for Prince. He can do the Hussars and then the minutes after that, which is exactly what I would be doing right now. I would have Hussars popping out of there from behind in a heartbeat.
Well, here we go.
They're cute. They're cute.
The Mace are in a position to be able to do something here. Sepoy versus Mace, not super good, but as Ryan mentioned, we do have 3 Hussar on the way. Where are they going to pop out, and when are they going to pop out? We also have the Elephants tanking a lot of damage. 2 Jags moving in from the left-hand side, going to be able to help.
They're coming out right now. In like 2 seconds,
here come the sentries, here come the 3 Hussars, and all of a sudden, Zoe is in a very bad spot. All of his stuff trapped behind the base of Prince of Kabul, and as we can see, Prince just doing a lot of damage with the Sepoy, doing a lot of damage with the Hussar. In fact, the Hussar barely have lost any HP at this point. Still has one of his monks left at full HP, has basically cleaned up what Zoe has, and at this point, Zoe in a bit of trouble, perhaps.
He has got a 4 lead. He's killed a lot of vills.
He has killed a lot of villagers. And he still has a decent number of mace left alive. He has also been training far more villagers this game, and now at the 6 Puma shipment, we'll have an answer to these 3 Hussar, which is going to be nice. But at the same time, I mean, India is India, right? He's got market upgrades. He's got the consulate tech rolling for him. He's going to be able to have more of that stuff. But Zoe doing a good job of focusing down the Sepoy with his mace, getting a lot of damage down on these 3 Hussars.
Wow. Clean those up.
Yeah, it was able to clean up a lot of them, and let's still be perfectly honest, the clock is ticking. There is 700 coin left on this mine, and then this mine becomes the point of interest, right? He has to be able to defend that, and if he can't defend that, then he's not going to be equipped to...
Right now, he wants to click on the 4 SOAR card so bad, but he just can't do it.
It just doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. And
I've just realised there is no water there's no water drop-off point.
Nope.
Precisely, which means
which is intentional.
Generals are useless.
Yeah.
Sick.
And we also have to take into consideration there's not much hunt left here. In fact, there's like 0 hunt left here for the India player.
Yeah. Where is he migrating next to? Next hunt is out here.
I mean, he legitimately has to secure this portion of the map with his next push, and if he doesn't, he's going to have no coin and he's going to have no hunt, and at that point things become painfully slow in terms of his economic gather rate. And
and Zoe saw the stable coming, and he's preparing with Pumas too. Yeah. So, and I guarantee you, Prince is training SOAR, because he wouldn't have said my deck's a problem if he wasn't hoping he had 4 SOAR in there.
Yeah, and all of a sudden things looking, I think, pretty darn good here for Zoe. I don't really like the position of his army. I don't think he needs to be standing over here with his whole army. He knows he just killed most of the HP from those Hussar. Obviously, he's trying to protect his villagers over here on the north side of his base the best he can, but I don't know that he needs to be standing there with his whole army.
Where do you think these guys are going? Are they going to this hunt, or do you think they're going to the... I wouldn't go to the berries when you still have 4 patches in your base, so it has to be to the hunt.
Or they could be transitioning to the coin.
Maybe he just can't see the berries? I don't know.
He's got one bill on them.
Yeah, I don't know.
This just looks so bad for India.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like is the positioning that Zoe's pushing into.
Yeah, he
I
needs
think
to not.
I'm actually okay with it because I think he's going to get the stable. Like I'm fine with it. It's
Yep.
out of range of the aggro, and he's got a
He
good
just-
choke there
yeah.
at the stable. He just kind of pick that stable and then get out.
He needs to be very careful he doesn't overextend with his mace here. A lot of cav on the field for PrinceofKabul. Does knock down the stable, does get the Puma back into range, getting them up to deal with melee units. He also doing a decent job of focusing down the sepoy with his mace. The low HP Minutemen, or the full HP Minutemen rather, from the European consulate have been called as well. They are adding in a lot of damage, doing a lot of damage to the Puma Spearmen, and now getting his Sours into a pretty good position. And honestly, things looking pretty good here for India. For the position that he was in, going to be able to clean most of this up, and unfortunately for Zoe, going to lose basically his whole army here.
He's got no stable to reinforce with though.
Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, does it really matter if he doesn't have a stable? I mean, he's going to have some. Well, I guess
The difference is he's not going to lose 20 mace. So I'd say it's a huge difference, but
yeah.
at the same time, it doesn't change your point, right? I mean, that was a good fight for Prince, I think. As good as it could have gone.
Certainly as good as it could have gone. It allows him to, at the very least, get out here on this coin mine, which is something he desperately needed to do. I mean, if there was still even 30% more army, and Zoe was able to continue the pressure and bounce between these coin mines and stuff, things would look even more scary. This is the point where I think Zoe needs to mix in about 5 Coyote runners and realize that this is a fairly low resource map, and that your opponent has to be gathering in awkward situations.
Like this and this, you mean over here?
Yeah, like
Or
these
maybe
villages.
this.
I mean, there's just you have to look at your own side of the map and realize if I'm gathering in these awkward spots, my opponent is definitely gathering in these awkward spots, and I need to identify where those locations are. And I think 5 Coyotes would allow him to do that very, very well.
I think Zoe might still just win because, sure, even is 3,000 coin enough? We're still not even at. He's only at 2 mines total. Even pretty much after he gets all 3.
And Zoe is establishing, himself over here in this location as well. If he can cut off that hunt, the corresponding gold mine here as well becomes that much more difficult to secure for PrinceofKabul once this war hut gets up. And if Zoe can continue to just control the map on this fairly barren resource-starved map, probably ends up being in a pretty good situation where his opponent just isn't going to have the map to be able to fight back. And
I mean, he's
so
hunting
often.
and Kabul is not. But look at this timing, and I think Zoe's made the right comp though to deal with this timing. I mean, there's only 10 Sepoy there and a lot of Soar, and he's got a lot of Puma.
It's going to come down to the Puma control. Certainly does see the positioning of the army very
out of position too, maybe.
Yep.
Not sure who's out of position yet, but someone is.
Someone's
I don't know who. I can't tell you yet.
It definitely feels awkward.
It feels like Zoe's out of position now.
Yeah. But at the same time,
Oh, the mace.
No!
No! Look at these Puma.
Come on.
Oh no, the Puma are just melting.
Unfortunately,
This is gonna
Puma
be
taking
brutal.
a lot of damage. The Sour swing in from the right-hand side.
But they're getting zoned off by just 3 Puma.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
Wow. I think he's made it out of there.
He's made it out of there, but he did lose a lot of Puma. I mean, going into that fight, he had a lot more Puma than he currently has remaining. And he can't really afford to
Pumas just
lose
suck.
those units. Well, I mean, he just kind of got them out of position. He is picking off a nice little batch of Sepoy here, though, for his cause, so getting back some retaliation kills. But the stable has been re-established here for PrinceofKabul, and as a result, the Sour count is starting to grow, and that's going to become a real raiding threat as well. I mean, PrinceofKabul is going to know that his opponent is gathering in awkward spots, and the second those Sours get out on the map and are able to really start running around and causing havoc in Zoe's back line, that's definitely not going to be something he's going to be very happy about as well. So
I really feel like he should mix in a few Coyotes.
I think so too, because the Coyotes just kind of tank. Like they just generally tank against everything, including the Soar.
Yep, I completely agree. Plus, they give you the potential to apply a little bit of raiding pressure as well. Like 2 Coyote out on this coin line while the fight is going on would just be like
Yeah, it's
absolutely lights out. Like it'd be really difficult to deal with.
But just something to mention, Zoya's been shipping 600 coin for like the last 5 minutes, just repeatedly.
It's true.
He
He hasn't
has.
gathered a single bit of coin, and he's made all them pumas.
he still has 600 coin just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's like shipping 6 Puma, right? Only way better. I don't see why you'd ever ship 6 Puma if you could just ship 600 coin instead.
That's like.
It also kind of avoids the coin mine problem. He's always under the impression that these SOA are somewhere in the back
He
of
needs
space.
to not push here. Come on.
Come on!
This is suicide.
Why now, of all the times?
Where are the rest of his people? Oh, way up there. Yeah.
Well, if he cuts up to that gold mine and randomly kills 5 vills, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
No, Zoe,
Oh,
no.
he's overcommitted.
What is
really,
this?
really
What's
hard.
going on?
This is like overcommitment city.
Oh no, this is gonna get really ugly really quick. Prince of Kabul has noticed that he's running back. Fortunately, the Puma are almost here, but he's overcommitted with so much of his infantry. I don't like the position he's standing in at all. Prince of Kabul is back to defend his base. The Puma working their way in from the right-hand side, going to be able to at least sneak in here and provide the buffer that he needs for his base to continue to do work, but I don't know, he's found himself in a really awkward spot now. All of a sudden he's underneath the aggro fort, taking a lot of damage from town center fire, aggro fort fire.
He's got a cover mode Puma, but that's not going to be enough.
I don't know, he's just finding himself in an awkward spot. The mate's going to take a lot of damage here from the flanking cab, and I mean, just so many ranged units doing so much damage. The Puma's taking so much damage, and once those get cleaned up with the overcommitment that Zoe has currently, there's just going to be no way for him to back out of this situation. He's just not going to find a way out of his opponent's base, and that's going to be absolutely detrimental.
I think this is game right here. Right now, this is the moment where a game happens.
Yep, going to definitely be the deciding fight. We can see both players jockeying for position, and definitely Red getting the better of the situation.
Whoa.
Another big batch of sours coming out, and that's certainly going to seal the deal. Prince Kabul taking the commanding lead in this fight and in the game, and as a result, I think we can almost expect to see Zoe resign. And,
Yeah, there
and
it
there's
is.
the GG, well played. Prince of Kabul is going to take game number 2.
It was
Good
an
luck in
impressive
future.
performance out of Zoe,
It
though. I mean, that
was.
was a PR. Prince is PR 38. I mean, Prince is not. He's like a top contender, and Zoe put up an amazing series there.
Yeah, really well played by Zoe. We have to give credit where credit's due. He definitely showed that his Aztec rushes are a force to be reckoned with. And Sam likes patrolling.
That was unintentional. I'm just too tired.
But well played there by Zoe and by Prince to survive the constant bombardment. I mean, for me personally, I hate playing against pressure like that as well. It can be very difficult to deal with, and Prince keeping a cool head, being able to deal with it appropriately, and scrounging up the 2 wins he needs to move on to the round of 32. So congrats to him as well.
Yeah, that was impressive. And if you look at the military population graph, it was close all the way through the entire game, just up until the very end. That last fight
That's one of the closest games I've seen in a while. That
Yeah.
was back and forth the whole time.
I had no idea who was going. That push out from Kabul after that like stable put, like after Prince kind of a little mini victory in his base, and then he pushed out with like a lot of SOAR and 10 Sepoy. That was a huge victory back for Zoe.
Yeah.
Made the matchup very back and forth.
Yeah.
Damn. If he, all he had to do was just like he has to be gathering out in the map somewhere. You just got to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just didn't pressure the right spots and got impatient.
Yeah, you could see the impatience when everything just kind of went like right.
Or
at
when you see 40 mace, just right click his TC.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't even have any vills there.
Yeah. Just
That's it.
so you feel sick after watching that.
All right. Well.
All right, this time for real, we have to be done because I want to do something else on my Sunday here for a little bit.
For at least a little bit of time.
Yeah, at least a little bit. So that was a great series victory for Prince of Kabul, 2-1. I think a lot of people, if there was betting on this match, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of people probably still lost money because they would have bet on the 2-0 for Kabul, and it was a great series. So thanks for watching, guys, and tune in next week for more streams.